What's up, Tech Fam? This is your AI enthusiast, Brill at the AI Trail, bringing you all the interesting happenings, breaking news, and who did what right here. It's been another wild ride in the world of AI this week. Let's dive right into the major headlines. The big story this time around was Meta dropping not one, but two huge bombshells. First up, they unveiled Llama 3, which, for those out of the loop, is the one of the very few open-source large language model, like GPT, on the planet. This has been a game changer for democratizing access to advanced AI for developers and startups everywhere since Llama 2. Llama 3 is already everywhere. AWS, Google Cloud, Hugging Face, you name it, they got it covered. Even the big hardware dogs like NVIDIA and Intel are on board. NVIDIA already released blogs on how to enhance inference performance on their Triton servers. Meta says they're being all responsible and cautious and have security measures in place with a new systems-level approach to deploy safeguard at both the questions you are going to ask Llama 3 and the output you are going to get back. But Meta didn't stop there. Meta integrated Llama 3 into all of its well-known products, like Facebook Feed and WhatsApp. You can ask Meta AI a question in between your conversations, ask for recipes, ask relevant questions when looking at a post on your feed, and spark your creativity with Meta AI's Imagine feature. Yes, you heard that right. Now you can just describe a scene, and poof, the AI cooking up fresh visuals for you. The meme economy is about to go into overdrive. Speaking of cooking up AI, the lawyers are getting their own special sauce too. Casetext, a Canadian tech subsidiary, launched CoCounsel, an AI assistant built specifically to help legal professionals research cases and analyze dense documentation. For attorneys drowning in paperwork, this could be a lifeline. This bad boy was custom-built to speak legalese fluently. We're talking postgrad level reading, writing, and comprehending. The whole idea behind CoCounsel is to free up lawyers to do the work AI can't. In another startup drama news, the much-hyped Humane AI Pin from ex-Apple employees got absolutely roasted by reviewers like Marques Brownlee and other big voices. The whole selling point is that it's a portable AI assistant that goes everywhere with you, right? Except from the reviews I have gathered, it does basically anything worse than the smartphone you already have glued to your hand 24/7. Worse camera, worse voice control, way more friction, the list goes on and on. Then you got the battery life situation, which is an absolute dumpster fire. Virtually the entire industry is labeling it an epic fail, leaving its creators in a PR tailspin. There's a lot of finger-pointing going on about whether influencers are too quick to bash startups for the clicks and views. It's getting spicy if you ask me. Maybe a future iteration can turn things around. But for now, the Humane AI Pin gets an F for epic fail. I have to personally try using it to decide more, but the crazy price tag makes me think, nope, not happening. But kudos to the Humane AI Pin team. They tried something wildly ambitious and it crashed and burned hard. Better luck next time. In other news, from the sublime to the military, DARPA successfully tested an autonomous AI pilot in real combat conditions for the first time. The military folks say this breakthrough is a major step towards trusting autonomy with incredibly complex tasks like air-to-air combat. Their goal is to eventually team up human pilots with AI wingmen to get an edge in those intense furball situations. Of course, we're still in the early days here, but just the fact that they even got an AI algorithm capable of pulling off stunts and reacting fast enough to dogfight is a huge milestone. I don't know whether to be awed by the tech or terrified for the future of warfare. Probably a little of both. Shifting over to policy, the UK published a disruption index showing AI investment there is wildly lopsided across different regions of England. Not great for balanced growth. Their science department is scrambling to draft new AI regulations to get things under control. In consumer tech, the Swiss wizards at Logitech conjured up a nifty Logi AI prompt builder to simplify tapping into AI's power. They're even releasing a special signature AI edition mouse with a fancy teal button specifically for triggering the prompt builder. Making AI user-friendly and accessible seems to be the new battleground. Now, I won't lie, having to get new Logitech gear just for an AI assistant is a bit of a head-scratcher. Why they couldn't integrate this into existing products is beyond me. But hey, a dedicated AI key is still a novel approach in the consumer tech world. At the end of the day, Logitech is clearly trying to capitalize on the AI craze and give people more seamless access to tools like ChatGPT right from their desktop setup. Will it be a game changer? Probably not, but it's still a low-key fascinating glimpse at how AI could get baked into our most basic computer peripherals down the line. The big money this week came from two major deals. First, Samsung scored a massive $6.4 billion handout from the Biden admin to construct an AI-focused semiconductor plant in Texas. This deal is part of the CHIPS Act push to bring more chip-making stateside and compete with rivals like China. It's expected to create over 20,000 jobs between construction and manufacturing once the whole $40 billion-plus complex is operational by 2027. And over in the Middle East, Microsoft pumped $1.5 billion into the UAE's G42 AI company to bolster digital infrastructure across that whole region. It seems G42 had to make a secret deal with the US government first to cut ties with China before Microsoft would partner with them. Apparently, there were some concerns in Washington that G42 was a little too cozy with blacklisted Chinese firms and the Chinese government itself. So G42 agreed to scale back their China operations in exchange for not facing any potential sanctions or punishment from the US. Talk about leveling the field, I'd say. Ahem. Why the sudden interest in this region, Microsoft, you ask? Well, down the line, Microsoft plans to host some of its own applications on G42's data centers as a way to reach new markets in Africa and Central Asia, where Microsoft doesn't have a strong data center presence yet. So it's a strategic partnership that gives Microsoft a foothold in those regions. When billions are getting tossed around like this, you know AI is soon entering its next big wave. While it provides comfort for those mourning, experts are worried it could mess with the grieving process and prevent people from moving on. Whether you vibe with it or not, deathbots are the latest frontier in mankind's defiance of mortality itself. Phew, what a whirlwind. I barely scratched the surface of everything happening in this rapidly evolving space. Make sure to stay tuned to the AI Trail for all the latest. Let me know what wild developments catch your eye next week. See you on the flip side.